Anytime I sign a bill into law, I think is a special time to celebrate democracy, especially when the bill deals with public safety and protecting human beings. I think there's no higher calling of government, and that's exactly what we're doing today. We're protecting the rights of assault victims. Those who have been victimized by sexual assault deserve our everlasting protection, and also prosecution. And we want to make sure that everything is done in our state, Illinois, to help the victims, number one, and also help prosecute those who perpetrated the crime. And in the two bills that we're signing today, we want to make sure that all victims receive the help that they need to recover. It's very important that we not forget anyone when they're victimized by any crime, especially one so personal and so violative as a crime of rape, that we help the victims. And the legislation today deals exactly with that, protecting the victims, making sure their privacy is protected, that confidentiality is maintained, and justice is served. And under this law enforcement agencies are required to submit evidence collected through a sexual assault criminal investigation to the Illinois State Police Laboratory, or a laboratory approved by the Illinois State Police, within 10 days. It requires the Illinois State Police Laboratory to analyze the evidence within 6 months.
As of this morning, there were 24,483 sex offenders on Illinois Sex Offender Registry. Of the 24,000, 19,902 committed a crime against somebody below the age of 18. In other words, here in the state of Illinois, of our registered sex offenders, over 80% of them committed a crime against a child. And studies show that more than 70% of sex offenders reoffend. If you get on the sex offender registry, which I encourage all of you to do, you can plug in your address and you can find the sex offenders that live nearest you. When I did that this morning, I found that there were 20 within a mile of my home, 10 others within the zip code who don't have addresses listed. I'm going to give you the 5 that live closest to me and my family. The first one victimized somebody who was 15 years old. He was 46 at the time. The second one victimized somebody who was 5 years old. He was 37 at the time. The next one victimized somebody who was 15. He was 45 at the time. The next one victimized somebody who was 12. He was 20 at the time. The last one victimized somebody who was 5. He was 24 at the time. The primary victims of sexual assault are children and they're women. When they are raped, we strongly encourage them to go to the hospital emergency room so that evidence can be collected off of their person and off of their body. This evidence is commonly referred to as a rape kit. And this DNA evidence is very powerful, but for far too long in Illinois and across the country, these rape kits have not been submitted for testing and they have therefore not been analyzed. Human Rights Watch estimates that here in the state of Illinois, there are more than 4,000 rape kits that have gone untested, rape kits that are still sitting in police departments, in evidence lockers, and on shelves. This law will change that by requiring law enforcement across the state of Illinois to submit all rape kits for testing to Illinois State Police within 10 days of being received from the hospital. And it will also require police departments to provide Illinois State Police with an inventory of all untested kits by October 15th of this year. Today, Illinois becomes the first state in the nation to mandate the submission and testing of all rape kits. By using this DNA evidence, we will be able to get sex offenders out of our communities and into prisons where they belong. And most importantly, we will finally be pursuing justice for the women and the children who have been victims of this horrible and violent crime.
So we must require rape kit testing in a quick and thorough way and send a strong message that law enforcement means business with respect to the issue of sexual assault.